I still remember the way the room smelled. Fresh coffee, vanilla candles, and the faint trace of her perfume. It should have been a comforting scent, familiar and warm. But in that moment, it turned my stomach. My wife sat across from me at the dining table, her hands folded neatly in front of her. She took a deep breath, her eyes darting away from mine. Then she said it. "I'm pregnant, but it's not yours." The words sliced through me like a knife. My world tilted, reality warping into something unrecognizable. But what she didn't know, what she couldn't have known, was that I had a secret of my own. For 7 years, I thought I had a good marriage. Emily and I met in college, and from the moment I laid eyes on her, I was hooked. She had this effortless charm, the kind of smile that could disarm even the coldest hearts. I thought she was the one. We built a life together, quiet Sunday mornings, inside jokes that only we understood, whispered I love yous in the dark. I worked hard climbing my way up in finance while she pursued her passion in art. I trusted her completely. So when she sat there, confessing that the child she carried wasn't mine, something inside me shattered. But beneath the pain, something else stirred. A cold, calculated fury. Because while she had been keeping secrets, so had I. At first, I said nothing. I just stared at her, watching her squirm under the weight of her own admission. "Say something," she whispered, her voice laced with guilt. I leaned back in my chair, exhaling slowly. "Who is he?" She hesitated, then bit her lip. It doesn't matter." It was a mistake. A mistake. Right. She didn't expect me to be calm. She expected yelling accusations, maybe even tears. But I gave her nothing. Just silence. And that terrified her more than anything. Because what she didn't know was that I had already suspected something was off. The late nights, the sudden secrecy, the way she started guarding her phone like it held state secrets. I had done my own digging. And I knew exactly who he was. I barely slept that night. Not because I was heartbroken, no, that part of me had already gone numb, but because I was planning. Emily thought she was in control. She thought she was delivering her bombshell, making her choice. But she had no idea. She had just handed me the perfect opportunity. The next morning, I went about my routine like nothing had changed. Made coffee. Kissed her on the cheek. Went to work. But inside, I was setting the stage for something much bigger. Her lover. Mark. My best friend. My business partner. The betrayal cut twice as deep because it wasn't just personal. It was financial. I had trusted him with my company, just as I had trusted Emily with my heart. And they had both been stabbing me in the back for months. But see, here's where they screwed up. Mark thought he was clever. He thought he had been siphoning money from our business without me noticing. But I had known for weeks. I had been quietly gathering evidence, waiting for the right moment to strike. And now I had all the motivation I needed to burn their lives to the ground. Step 1 was simple. I played the role of the devastated husband. Told Emily I needed time. That I understood. That I just wanted her to be happy. She bought it, hook, line, and sinker. Meanwhile, I started dismantling Mark's world. I had access to everything. His emails, his financial records, the shady deals he had been making behind my back. Over the next few days, I compiled every piece of dirt I had and sent it to the board. Then, I drained our joint accounts. The ones Mark thought he had control over. By the time he realized what was happening, it was too late. At the same time, I made sure Emily's life took a hit too. She had been living comfortably, using my money, enjoying my house. That changed real fast. I cut off all her credit cards, froze our accounts, and filed for divorce on the grounds of infidelity. But, the real kicker, I let Mark take the fall for everything. The confrontation happened exactly how I planned. Mark stormed into my office, face red, voice shaking. What the hell did you do? I leaned back in my chair, calm as ever. I fixed the problem. He threw a folder onto my desk. Inside, the evidence, his fraudulent transactions, the proof of his embezzlement. This could ruin me. He hissed. I smirked. That's the idea. Emily showed up an hour later, her face pale. You froze my accounts. Of course I did, I said smoothly. You made your choice, Emily. Now you get to live with it. Tears welled in her eyes. I didn't think. No, you didn't. I cut in, but I did. That's when I dropped my final bombshell. You said you're pregnant, I said, standing up, but here's the thing. I can't have kids. Medical condition. I found out years ago. I never told you, because I didn't think it mattered. Her face went white. So, tell me, Emily, I continued, leaning in. Whose baby is it? She broke down completely. But I didn't care. She deserved every second of it. Mark lost everything. The board ousted him. With his financial crimes exposed, he faced legal consequences. Last I heard, he was drowning in debt, trying to avoid a prison sentence. Emily, she begged me to reconsider the divorce. Told me she had made a mistake. But there was no coming back from this. I walked away without looking back. And as for me, I came out clean. I had planned everything so precisely that neither of them could touch me. I moved on. Found someone new. Someone worthy? And the best part, the child Emily was carrying, it wasn't just not mine. It wasn't Mark's either. Turns out, she had been lying to both of us. Looking back, I should have seen the red flags sooner. But I don't regret how it ended. Sometimes justice isn't about revenge. It's about making sure the people who wronged you get exactly what they deserve. And they did. Emily lost everything. Mark was ruined. And me, I was finally free. She thought she was playing me. But in the end, I was always 5 steps ahead. And now? Now I win.